The galactic community prided itself on order, knowledge, and careful classification of all worlds under its watch. Every inhabited planet was ranked on the Deathworld Index, a scale that measured hostility to life. Atmospheric toxins, predatory fauna, tectonic instability, disease burden, and countless other factors. Most habitable planets rated between Class 3 and 6. A rare few, the most dangerous, touched Class 9. No species had ever survived on anything higher. Until Earth. The discovery came quietly. A research probe from the Zelver Union returned anomalous readings from Sol 3. The scientists assumed a calibration error. The numbers were absurd. Oxygen levels near combustion thresholds, lethal pathogens in every biome, tectonic instability, predators with absurd hunting efficiency. "Run the models again," ordered Director Althor, irritated. They did. The readings held. The algorithm spat out the final number. Deathworld classification, 13. The room went silent. "That's impossible," whispered a technician. "No sapient life could emerge from such a planet." "Then explain this," said Althor, pulling up intercepted human transmissions. Voices, music, laughter, arguments, a cacophony of life. Against all reason, humans existed. The revelation ignited panic across the intergalactic community. Emergency sessions were called. The Council of Elders assembled, their great chamber buzzing with fear. Elder Rhinos of the Thalax Confederacy spoke first. "A Class 13 Deathworld is a grave. It should sterilize life, not nurture it. And yet humans thrive. What manner of creatures are they?" The room muttered in alarm. Ambassador Teora of the Lixian Collective trembled. "If they adapted to such a world, what does that make them here on our worlds? Where gravity is soft, predators are few, diseases rare. Their strength would be monstrous." Some demanded immediate isolation of soul. Others suggested extermination. A few, braver or perhaps wiser, warned against either. The community's unease deepened when humans were formally invited to present themselves. Their delegation arrived not in awe, but in curiosity. The lead human, a woman named Dr. Elena Vega, stepped into the chamber with calm confidence. She was smaller than most species present, with no claws, no armored hide, no venom glands, physically unimpressive compared to giants like the Groxan or armored Jurvaki. Yet every movement radiated quiet control, as though she were perfectly at home among hundreds of alien eyes. Elder Rhinos addressed her cautiously. "You are human. You hail from Sol 3. Do you know your world has been classified as a Class 13 Deathworld?" Dr. Vega arched an eyebrow. "Of course. We call it Earth. It's home." The chamber rippled with shock. "Home? A place that should kill anything daring to breathe its air?" Rhinos pressed. How do you survive such a place?" Vega's answer was simple. "We adapt. Always." Reports began flooding in as more humans entered the galactic fold. What unsettled the community most wasn't their strength, but their casual relationship with danger. On a Class 4 colony, local authorities panicked when a spore outbreak threatened food supplies. The human settlers? They waded into the fields, burned the infected crops, and replanted, all before medical droids finished debating procedure. On a Class 6 frontier station, when structural collapse threatened to kill dozens, the humans didn't flee. They braced failing supports with their bodies, pulling survivors free through smoke and rubble. Several were crushed in the effort, but none hesitated. Where other species saw certain death, humans treated it as a puzzle to solve. The psychological studies were worse. A Lixian Research Council documented human behavior under stress. Where most sapiens froze or panicked, humans entered a peculiar state. Hyperfocus, adrenaline surging, cognition accelerated. "They do not flee from fear," one researcher explained. "They use it. Fear sharpens them." To species that spent eons avoiding danger, this was incomprehensible. To humans, it was Tuesday. The tipping point came during the Battle of Arkenspire. Pirates armed with military-grade weaponry seized a civilian station. Hostages numbered in the thousands. Elite forces from several species attempted rescue, but progress was slow, and losses mounted. Then the humans arrived. Small in number, poorly equipped compared to galactic standards, they moved with terrifying precision. They crawled through vent shafts, dismantled explosives with bare hands, and engaged pirates in brutal close combat. When the smoke cleared, every hostage was alive. Every pirate was neutralized. A single question echoed through the council chambers afterward. What kind of species walks willingly into hell and comes out stronger? The intergalactic community could no longer ignore the truth. Earth's Class 13 rating wasn't just a curiosity. It was a warning. Humans were forged in storms, sharpened by predators, toughened by disease. To them, danger was not an anomaly, it was their natural state. And now they walked freely among the stars. In a private session, Elder Rhinos confessed to his peers, "I fear what they may become, not because they are evil, but because they are inevitable. Place a human anywhere in this galaxy, on a frozen moon, in a burning desert, or under siege, and they will not only endure, they will adapt." Ambassador Teora added quietly, "And if they adapt to war, none of us will be safe." The chamber fell silent. Back on Earth, humans lived their lives unaware of the galactic unease. Laughing, fighting, building, dreaming. To them, surviving a Class 13 Deathworld wasn't extraordinary, it was simply life. But across the galaxy the message was clear. Humanity was not to be underestimated.